Black person first time at the beach, you be like,
what's good, people? It's your boy Rennie, and today I'm bringing you a little gameplay. But I don't even care if you watch the gameplay. You can tab me over and go to like Twitter or something and listen to me. But because the reason I'm okay with that today, I'm okay with that anytime, obviously. But today I'm only going to be talking about my predictions for Columbus. But the end, I'm gonna warn y'all when the end comes. Y'all should tune into the video because I'm gonna hit a quad at the end against 3 people. So I'm playing 3 people in this momentum game, and I hit a quad. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, I wanted to talk about Columbus. But first, I wanted to talk about the open bracket. People who didn't make it into the open bracket. Into the pool play. In the open bracket, you've got Fear. My favorite for making pool play out of the open bracket has to be Fear at number 1, because Fear, if you have watched them lately, they have been on their A game. Like, Assassin is back, Moho is back, Neslo is playing pretty good, and Dito is playing out of his mind. And so that's going to be a really good team to watch to upset maybe a few teams this weekend. But you also got Noble Impact, and how they didn't make it into pool play, I have no earthly idea. But they did not make it into pool play. They're gonna be going through the open bracket, and for Noble Impact, it all depends on how composed they are, because with Miracles and Killa on the same team, there's always a little bit of friction, not necessarily bad friction per se, not bad friction between I hate you shit like that, like it was between Parasite, but more like friction because they have people that have won, and it kind of gets to their head a little bit. But I think Spacely and Study can kind of like, you know, calm them down. Killa and Miracles are going to be at it all the time because they always are mid game. But Noble Impact, I expect to make pool play, even though they might. I don't know. It's hard to predict that because they're always so inconsistent. But they have winners on their team, honestly, because Spacely that's a team that hasn't even been put together quite. I mean, they're together now, but they weren't. You know what I mean? Like they were put together at the last second. So that's probably why they didn't make pool play. It's kind of like they have to grow into their team. But also in the open bracket, you have Mud Dog's team. Mud Dog's team, I'm not 100% sure who's on Mud Dog's team, but any team with Mud Dog on it, Mud Dog's such a great leader. He's such a veteran, and so they're gonna be a team to look out for. I just think that Fear is gonna be the number 1 team out of the open bracket to look out for. And now I'm probably going to put up a picture for you guys. If I don't, I'm sorry. If I can't find it or anything, I'm sorry. But if I do find it, it's going to be up right now. But I am going to go through the pools. In Pool A, we have Optic Gaming, TK, Prophecy, STDX, and the Open Bracket Contender. Now, my analysis of Pool A is that Optic Gaming is an obvious number 1 out of that pool. I think Optic Gaming's got an excellent roster of veterans, of veteran players, of people that can win on LAN, people that do well on LAN, Formal for example, and then they've got Nade Shot as always, and Scumpy, and also they have Crim6. Now, the thing about Crim6 is he hasn't really impressed me that much online, but he always goes off on LAN. I haven't seen a LAN where he hasn't just completely taken over the game a few times. So I think they have a great chance of winning the entire thing, no matter how much I hate to say it, because everybody knows how I feel about Optic. I'm not a big fan at all of the green wall. I wish it would be like burnt to the ground, but I expect them to come out up top, and I expect Prophecy is a pretty decent team, but I expect TK to come out as well. TK is pretty good, even though Goonjar has been looking a little shaky, as people have said, because it's hard for them to win without Goonjar. But they need Goonjar to step it up. That's the X factor for them. Sharp needs to step up and be a leader. Looney needs to play well, and so they need their players on their game in order to beat Prophecy and STDX. STDX, I don't know why they're in pool play. They're okay, but you know they don't have a shot against these 3 teams. But now we go to Pool B. We got Team Justice, Rise, Optic Nation, and Automatic Reload. Now, This is a this is probably the best pool of the 4. This is probably the most talented and the hardest pool to predict, honestly. I wanna, you know, everybody's hyping up Justice like they're this amazing team, and honestly, I do think they are. It's just that they've got too much to play, too many players to play against. Like, I can't pick Justice to come out of this as the #1 contender in pool play. I think it's going to be Automatic Reload and Justice, but I don't think that this is, oh my goodness, it's just such a hard pool to predict, because Optic Nation has been looking really good. Rise is always a good team. It's just such a difficult pool to predict, but I honestly think that Automatic Reload is going to upset a couple of teams, and it's going to be Justice and AR coming out of that pool, because AR has been playing really well. They've got Miyagi, Burn, BL-Fire, and Tipsy. And, well, I don't know, because Tipsy's gotten a lot of trouble. I'm gonna change my prediction. I don't think AR is gonna come out of that pool, because I remember they did have a decent team. I don't know what happened to their team, but that wasn't who I thought it was on the team. So I'm gonna predict Justice and Nation to come out of this pool, because Nation's got a lot of talent with Proofy at the forefront. I think Justice and Nation will come out of Pool B. And Pool C, we've got Denial, FaZe, Stunner, and CLS, which is basically LS. And LS is a very surprising team. They have been surprisingly playing well in scrims. They've got Saint, Realized, and Stainville, and somebody else I can't think of, but I think they're going to play well. I don't think they have the talent to come out of this pool, however. I think Denial and FaZe are just going to take over this pool. This pool is not hard to predict, but it's hard for Stunner and LS to come out of the pool and upset one of these two. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Denial and FaZe are going to come out of Pool C. And as far as Pool D goes, we got Team Envy, Aware Gaming, Strictly Business, and Carnage. Now, this is a very hard pool, because Aware Gaming is the #5 seed in pool play, and that's a little surprising to me. I haven't watched too much of their games, but they must be playing really well. I know Cinder is playing extremely well for them, and it's hard to pick them, though. It's hard to pick them over Strictly Business, because Strictly Business has got actually like a really good team of slayers. They can slay really well. They've got Twiz, Fizzerp, and John, and Sinfola. They've got such a, like, the way that John and Fizzerp play together is just absolutely incredible. If they can get their chemistry is the most important thing to their team. Fizzerp is always a little harsh with the way that he reacts to people and what they do. So basically I think SB's got a really good chance. All you're watching right now is some bullshit clips, because I ran out of time, but anyway, this video is wrapping to a close. What I wanted to do real quick is predict who I think will go to the finals and who I think will win the finals. I hate to say this, because it kills me to say this, but I honestly think that Denial and Optic are going to go to the finals, and that Optic is going to take it all. I think Optic has got the best team. I've picked them before in a prediction video, but I'm going to do it again. Optic has got the best team. I think that they've got the best LAN team at Columbus, and that they've been playing the most, not just because they have good internet online, but just because they've been literally grinding it out. They've been scrimming the most for their viewers, and I think that experience and that scrimming is going to pay off in the end, and that they're going to take it all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace. Have a good Thanksgiving. Gobble, 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 gobble.
The bomb has been planted.